First problem from weekly contest 61. The problem definition is we are given an array of temperature of consecutive days. We need to return an output which is an array, and the item of the array is the minimum difference between days where the following day's temperature is greater than the current day's temperature, and if that is not possible, then we need to return 0 as the item. Now let's see the example 1. In the example 1, we are given 73 for the first day's temperature, which is our current day, and the following day's temperature is 74, which is greater than 73. That's why we are returning 1 here. Similarly, for 74, the following day's temperature is 75, which is greater than 74. That's why we are returning 1 here. For 75, the following day's temperature is 71, which is smaller than 75, and the following days is 69, which is also smaller than 75. 72 is also smaller than 75, and at last 76 is greater than 75. That's why we are returning 4 here, because the difference between 75 and 76 is 4 days. So now, as we understand the problem definition, let's see how we can solve this problem. We can easily solve this problem using a brute force approach, but this approach isn't going to be accepted. Like here, if I submit this, we're going to get a time limit exception. So we need to find a better approach where our time complexity is O of n. Now let's see how we can solve this problem using a monotonic stack. Here we have a temperature array, our answer array, and an empty stack. Now first we're going to iterate through our temperature array. When we are at 73, we're going to check if our stack is empty or not. In this case, our stack is empty, so we're just going to add 73 in our stack and move along with our temperature array. Now when we are going to be at 74, we're going to check our stack again, and in this case our stack is not empty and the item in our stack is smaller than 74. If that is the case, then we're just going to update our answer array with the difference between index of 74 and 73, that is 1 in this case. Then we're just gonna remove 73 from our stack and add 74 to our stack. Now we're gonna move along with our temperature array. When we are at 75, we're gonna check if our stack is empty or not. In this case, no, our stack is not empty, and 74 is smaller than 75, so we're gonna update the answer for 74, that is the difference between 2 and 1, that is 1, and we're gonna remove 74 from a stack and add 75 to our stack. Now when we are at 71, we're gonna check if our stack is empty or not. No, our stack is not empty, but in this case 75 is bigger than 71, so we are not gonna update our answer for 75. Rather, we're just going to add 71 to our stack. Now we're going to move along with the temperature array, and in this case 69 is smaller than 71, so we're just going to add 69 to our stack and move along with our temperature array. Now in this case 72 is bigger than 69, so we just going to remove 69 from our stack and update the answer for 69, that is 5 minus 4, that is 1. Similarly, we're going to find that 71 is smaller than 72, so we're going to remove 71 from our stack and update the answer for 71, that is going to be 5 minus 3, 2. Now 75 is bigger than 71, so we are not going to remove 75 from our stack and update the answer. Rather, we're just going to add 72 to our stack and move along with our temperature array. When we are at 76, we're going to see that 76 is bigger than 72, so we're just going to remove 72 from our stack and update the answer for 72, that is 6 minus 5 is 1. We're also going to check 75, and in this case 75 is smaller than 76, so we're just going to remove 76 from our stack and update the answer for 75, that is 6 minus 2, so that is going to be 4, and we're going to add 76 to our stack. Now we're going to move along with our temperature array and check 73. 73 is smaller than 76, so we are not going to do anything. and just gonna add 73 to our stack. Now this is our final answer. So in our final answer, we're gonna see that our answer is 11421100. Now if we follow this approach, our time complexity is gonna be big O of n, and our space complexity is also gonna be big O of n, because the maximum space that we can use in this approach is same to our temperature array size. Solution: first we need to get the length of the temperatures. Now we're gonna define the answer array. Initially all of them are gonna be 0. Let's define the stack. Now we're gonna iterate through our temperature array. I am using enumerate so that we can get the index and the temperature. Now I'm going to check if our stack is empty or not, and if our stack is not empty, then we're going to check if the temperature which is in our stack last item is less than our current temperature or not. If that is the case, then we're going to pop from our stack and we're going to update our answer for our previous day, which is going to be the difference between current day and previous day. Then after the while loop is finished, we're going to input the current day inside our stack. Now we're going to return our answer. Now let's see if this works or not. Yeah, this is accepted, and all of our 47 test cases have passed. The extra space. So we have our temperature array and our answer array, and we're going to track our hottest temperature, and we're going to iterate our temperature array in the reverse order. So for 73, our hottest temperature is 0, so 73 is greater than 0, so we get a maximum temperature for this one. So we're going to update our hottest temperature to 73, and if we get a hottest temperature, then we are not going to update our answer array. Similarly for 76, 76 is greater than 73, so we are also not going to update this one, but we're going to update our hottest temperature to 76. For 72, we need to update our array, answer array, that is we have to find what temperature is greater than 72 in the followings, and in this case we're going to check the second one, that is 76, and we see that 76 is greater than 72, so we are just going to update this with 1. For 79, similar is the case, so we just gonna update this one with 1. For 71, we're gonna check this one, and we find that the answer for this one is 1. And for 71, 69 is less than 71, so we are also gonna add this one to our answer, that is 1 plus 1. And for this one, we get to 72 and check if 72 is greater than 71. In this case, yes, 72 is greater than 71, so we are just gonna update this with 2. For 75, we're gonna check if 71 is greater than 75 or not. In this case, no, 71 is not greater than 75. So what we're gonna do is first gonna add 1. Then we're gonna check what is the answer for 71. For 71, the answer is 72, and this is 2. So we're gonna add 2 with it and check if 72 is greater than 75 or not. In this case, 72 is not greater than 75. So we are just going to add what is the result for 71. 71's result is 1, so we are also going to add 1 here. And then we're going to reach to 76 and check if 76 is greater than 75 or not. In this case, yes, 76 is greater than 75, so we are just going to update this one with 4. Similarly, for 74, we are going to check if 75 is greater than 74 or not. In this case, yes, so we are just going to update this with 1. For 73, similarly, we're going to check 74 is greater than 73, so we're going to update this with 1. So by following this approach, we can easily update our answer array. Now let's code this solution. See how we can solve the problem without the extra space. Here we need the length of our temperature array and our answer array as well. And we also need to track the hottest temperature, which initially gonna be 0. Now we need to iterate through our temperature in the reverse order. Now let me get the current temperature, for which is gonna be temperature of our current day. Now if the temperature of our current day is greater than equal to our hottest temperature, then we need to update our hottest temperature, and we also need to continue, because we don't want to do anything if that is our hottest temperature. And if that is not the case, then we need to initialize a days variable, which is initially going to be 0, because we know the following day's temperature can be greater than our current day's temperature if this is not the hottest day of our temperature array. So we need to check if the temperature of current day plus days is less than or equal to our current day's temperature or not. If that is the case, then we just need to update our days, which is our answer for our current day, and we just need to jump our days to the answer of that day, I mean the following day. In this case, answer of current day plus days. And after we are out of the while loop, we can just update our answer for our current day. Now we can just return our answer. Now let me submit this and see if this is accepted or not. Yeah, this one is accepted. This is how we can solve this problem without using the extra space.